coach Bobby is going to be using here, Bobby Williamson. They're preferring Paul Mungai Kiongera up front, today partnered by Kevin Omondi and not Rama Salim, as has been the case. The Gorbaya anthem totally enveloping the stadium. I'll just give you like 5 seconds to enjoy it. Unless of course it's over before we get there. But the message is still very loud and clear that they just want peace. 4-4-2 again on the Karaturi Sports side, but with a diamond formation in the midfield. Duncan Owiti and the Ugandan Hussein Zzinda preferred up front. They've got former Gorbaya winger John Kiplanga, Team Josie 7, also coming into this game. Another man you've got to watch out for is Emmanuel Olupot in the Karaturi Sports defense, plus of course the evergreen Noah Ayuko in goal. The bench on the Gorbaya side simply looks like half of the team of Gorbaya that could play in another match if there was one going on in the next season. And for the Karaturi Sports, Eamon Mushiri stands out as probably the most renowned player on that side at the moment. The center referee is Israel Mpaima. He will be assisted by Tony Kidia and Peter Kireni. And Amos Wajala is the fourth official. The dreadlock man on the right of your screen is Nora Yuko. And here is the first Bobby. Gorbaya has got 2 Bobbies. The head coach is Bobby Williamson. The assistant is John Bobby Ogola. So the case of the first Bobby being the head coach and the second Bobby being the assistant coach is another story on its own here. The Green Army has a life on its own on the stands. And their life starts much earlier on than the game, sometimes as early as 10 o'clock in the morning for our 10 o'clock game. And the club fans acknowledging the salute from the players. As the coach of Karaturi, James Omondi, he knows that he's also up against the 13th man on the Gorbaya side. Apart from the 11 on the field, he's got to deal with the fans firmly rooting for the Gorbaya side. So the Ugandan import Olupot in the Karaturi side. Gorbaya today also having on the bench the newly signed goalkeeper Joel Bataro. So we'll keep it on the field at the moment. With the air at the Nairobi City Stadium pregnant with expectation, you would say, from the Gorbaya fans. We're into the game now, Gorbaya versus Karaturi Sports. Innocent Mutiso also getting into this game in the first 11 for Gorbaya. And Karaturi, known as a very hard side as well, are playing away from home. I'm Bernardo Tieno. I am in the company of Jacob Gospelay, former coach of FC Leopards and also the former national coach of the Kenya national team, Harambee Stars, currently the technical director, to take you through the 90 minutes. On the Swahili side, Alias and Kauleni and Salim Manga will guide you in the game. So Jacob, your expectation of this game?
Well, it's a tricky game, Bernard, by all standards. Looking at Karaturi playing Gorbaya 3 weeks ago, Gorbaya under Bobby Ogola at that time winning by 2-1, and it was a very close call because Gorbaya at one time leading by 2-0, but Karaturi scoring just in the last minute of the game.
Well, they open it wide on the right side, and the intended cross is dealt with and picked up by the goalkeeper, Jerry Munyango. It was coming from Simon Pierre, who had made an overlap on that right side. They've got another very speedy chap to deal with, John Kiplanga, the Johnny 7 on that right side. And in as much as it looks like a game that would be happily played just on the field, the tension, of course, would be coming from off the field, Jacob.
Well, directly, because when you play Gorbaya at the City Stadium, that is their home ground, the fan base is enormous, and I think this is one of the things that intimidate the so-called away teams.
Edwin Lavazza having a touch on it. And then ultimately getting it to Israel Muge. This will be a foul on Erica Ching. On the first card of the game here for Joseph Karaoke. Tells you the referee in this one would like to clamp down on all illegal tackles much earlier on and not expect the game to degenerate at any point whatsoever, which is a good idea, Jacob, isn't it?
Well, he has to clamp it. It's a tight game here, and discipline is of big essence here.
Low kick taken in by Solomon Nasio. And the frenzied effort for a clearance gets just as far as the midfield. This is Innocent Mutiso, who also had a very good run in the last game that Gabaya played, and brings in the cross from the left side. Donald Masotti penalized for that obstruction, and a free kick it will be to the Karuturi Sport side. Now that's the man, Simon Pierre. Well, good physique as well, trying to get the ball onto the flanks, but then just a little bit of a big boot that sends the ball to the goalkeeper, Frederick Onyango, for Gor Mahia. You have had a lot of talk about these two teams, Jacob, just before this game. What were they saying about Gor Mahia? What are they saying about Karuturi Sports?
Well, I think Gor Mahia and Bobby Williamson, they have already found their starting lineup, and the only player missing in that first 11 is Rama Salim. Is indicating the indications are that he's unwell, and his position has been taken by Kevin Omondi. So only one change since Williamson took over from Gor Mahia. And for Karuturi, James Omondi also retaining his first 11 here. Simon Pierre playing on that right side with Emmanuel Olupot as the leading central defender.
John Chiguna tries to send the ball onto the left flank. It's nicely picked up by Karuturi. They don't have enough men up front to go for that one. But the intention by John Kiplangat, who traditionally plays on the wing, was that he tries to send it into the midfield for some central penetration. Again, nice touch by Hussein Zzinda. The three wide jerseys trying to get onto that ball. The kick is just a little bit too long. It goes off the field of play. It's going to be goal kick, and it's going to be for Gor Mahia. Edwin Lavazza played for the Kenya national team in the COSAFA Championships. Well, scoring 2 goals in the opening match to level the scores. And that seemed to have buoyed his confidence a bit. Masotti. And that intentional touch by Kevin Omondi goes off the field of play for a throw-in for Karuturi. The side that traditionally plays from the very scenic Naivasha background has come to the big city in search of 3 points today. And Karuturi tried to move it forward. Well, the initial situation, Jacob, would dictate that the two teams are sizing each other up, but I'm getting the feeling that Gor Mahia is playing a little bit too confidently as well. And Karuturi is also giving them a little bit too much respect.
Well, I think you can see clearly from the Karuturi side, they've tried to block the channels for Gor Mahia not to get an early goal. They have the numbers in their defense, and they're not in a hurry. They're not just kicking balls. They're trying to have the possession in the middle, and I think that's not a bad tactic.
Oh, this is Owino getting the ball out to the right side to Lavazza and trying to open up as well. But not chance of that big run that would have been in the offing on the right side. And Owino brought in, Nasio brought in the throw-in. The kick goes out of the field of play. This man, Paul Bugai Kyongera, is a sensation at Gor Mahia at the moment. Very hard-working player in his own right. And has scored in the last 2 games that Gor Mahia played.
Well, the new coach having so much confidence in him that he has relegated Danny Serunkuma to the bench. And Kyongera keeping that faith scoring in the last 2 games for Gor Mahia.
Well, then it would be on the onus of Danny Serunkuma to prove that he's good enough if he comes in as a substitute to be able to salvage any situation. But at the moment, the moments belonging to Paul Bugai, Kyongera and Ramasalim. So Karuturi again picking up the loose pieces and dictating the ball play at the moment. Duncan Owiti having released it onto the left flank. And then Hussein Zzinda leaves it to be put into a better position. Lavazza drops it down to Israel and Muge. And the Ugandan earning a good place in the first 11 for Gor Mahia at the moment. Paul Bugai Kyongera almost giving himself a through pass and going for a shot, but it's a big one on the left foot. Noah Yuko says, I need you to have a good look at that boy. But Kyongera beginning the move from the right side, Jacob. And then almost giving himself a through pass here.
Simon Pierre relaxing and Kyongera just fastening on that, but the final shot let him down here.
Back into the midfield. The battle will of course be to win the midfield. 4-4-2 and a 4-4-2 diamond formation from the Karuturi side, Jacob.
Well, he played more or less the same formation here, and as you put it clearly, that midfield will decide where this game goes. But clearly, Innocent Mutiso and Edwin Lavazza being given the honors of bringing the cross to Kyongera and Kevin Omondi on that Karuturi, on that Gor Mahia side, and then Kiplagat on the right, and then Hussein Zzinda on that left to bring in the crosses too.
A little battle for ball control in the central penetration with Karuturi coming out with it with good ball control from Peter Juma. Oh, then the communication totally lacking in this one. It's going off the field of play. Well, at least getting back to the goalkeeper, but surely they seem very relaxed at the front there, Jacob, but they could have done a better move with that ball, couldn't they?
Well, good composure by Karuturi's side. It's just that that miscommunication from Kiplagat and Hussein Zzinda couldn't just work.
Innocent Mutiso trying to get the ball onto the line and trying to look for Kyongera. It's given up for a throw-in to the Karuturi spot side. With a very burly Simon Pierre going to take it for a throw-in for the Karuturi spot side. Oh, I wonder what he did in that one. There must have been another interception there. It's going to be another throw-in. Again taken by Simon Pierre. Playing it close to Joseph Karaoke. Well, Pierre will get the benefit of another throw-in, but you couldn't quite specialize on just getting throw-ins, could you? 3 in a row that he gets, and he keeps on moving forward. And I think there's a little bit of an issue at the center. Mr. Israel Mpaima is an accounts clerk at the Narok County Council. He's admonishing the players there. This one's out on the left side for Gor Mahia. And a cross coming in from the left. It's not yet over and just bangs itself on the goalkeeper. And the 2 defenders actually in a physical contact with the goalkeeper. Well, I think Gor Mahia would have to drop the ball off the field of play. Joseph Jiguna knows it. But there was one defender, Geoffrey Msieve. Oh, and the shot came in from the left. Who banged onto his goalkeeper as well. But you and I have got a chance of seeing it again. Chiguna and then Msieve ultimately with his knee on his own goalkeeper. But Chiguna the first one to go over the goalkeeper. Well, that's not a very good start to a game like this, Jacob.
Well, I think this is what Karuturi will have to deal with in the entire 90 minutes, because already under Williamson he believes in process, and that is what we have seen from Maya doing of late. And you see clearly from Innocent Mutiso and from Kevin, anybody going to the flank has to bring the cross here, and they have enough players in that box. Noah Yuko looks like he will be back on his feet to continue with this game.
A seasoned veteran. But I tell you, love has blossomed at the stadium before, and we've had stories about marriages as well. Well, they're just saying, well, my team is Gormaya, what's yours? There was a whisper there, Jacob, and I think it was a whisper on which team we should support as a family.
Well, they say love is in the air, but this is love is in the stadium.
There's a lot of air in the stadium, Jacob. Israel and Paima, the center referee. It's beginning it. Drop ball, and then Gormaya will get the chance to start it again. I think an offside flag gives the ball back. Yes, the first assistant referee, the second assistant referee, Tony Kidia, says that it's going to be a free kick. This is going to be a throw-in going out for the Karuturi spot side. Holding on to their own, the 13th minute of the game. And John Kiplangat playing against his old team Gormaya will always, of course, try to prove that things are different now that he moved on. It's a good ball onto the right side. Oh, and a hot shot coming in from Paul Mungai Kiongera. Oh, he's just becoming a revelation by himself. And every game he plays, there's something new about what he can do with the ball, Jacob.
Paul Kiongera, the Kenyan international here, he shoots at every opportunity from every angle. He has scored 2 goals in the last 2 games for Gor Mahia, 3 in total for Gor Mahia this season.
Innocent Mutiso will bring in a left-footing swinger. For Gor Mahia, it's a very low and a poor one at that. Gets a side netting, it's going to be a goal kick, and it's going to be for the Karuturi side. Bobby Williamson, former Uganda national team coach, now coming back into club coaching. And he says, well, a club as big as Gor Mahia would be just what you'd like to substitute national coaching for. Always looks very calm, but at club level, I think things have changed a little bit. And he's issuing more instructions from the touchline that we've seen him before doing. He was in charge of Uganda when they won the Sekafa Championships in December, Jacob.
Actually, he's won it 4 times with the Cranes, and the only thing that he's not been able to do for the Cranes is taking him to the Cup of Nations, which has slipped him twice at the last hurdle.
I understand they've blamed the Kenyans for that a couple of times.
Well, they will also blame the Zambians because it's a penalty shootout, the last one they missed on that.
Well, if they'll have 4, well, they'll have a lot of chips to blame every time that happens. But yes, every country would blame the last team they played that knocked them out of the qualifications. I think the whistle is good for a foul. And Nora Yuko starts it on the right side with Geoffrey Msiebe. They're still trying to pinpoint Hussein Zzinda up front. He's in jersey 9 for Karuturi. And they seem to be holding on, but then Kiongera has locked onto the loose ball and given it out. Nora Yuko doesn't get his hand on it, and it's in the net. It is Kevin Omondi, but from a very unselfish move by Paul Mungai Kiongera. Wow, Kevin Omondi from a very unselfish cross by Paul Mugai Kyogera. And a 17th minute goal by Kevin Omondi just almost sets the stadium alight in celebration, and our friends in celebration of that. But Kyogera easily dispossessing the defender and finds Kevin Omondi in a good place. Nora Yuko seems to have had his hands on it, Jacob.
Well, Emmanuel Laplot making the mistake. Kyogera to Omondi, and Omondi, an easy score here. Noah Yuko will be asking himself a lot of questions here. He should have parried that ball away, but Kevin Omondi has the last laugh here, and the second goal for Kevin Omondi, and Gor Mahia lead by 1 goal to nil now.
Innocent Mustiso setting up a run on the left side from the Nairobi City Stadium. Gor Mahia 1, Karuturi 0. And Mutiso in good combination. Oh, and this would have been 2 goals in 2 minutes for Kevin Omondi if he wanted to. Surely you don't lose the moments of glory like this one, Jacob, do you? Well, it would have been a history of some sort. But he scored his second goal in 2 minutes, Jacob.
You're right, Bennett, but what a miss here by Kevin Omondi. Gor Mahia on a cruise here, I would say that, because that combination play really is what Karuturi will have to deal with here.
Well, for Kevin Omondi, he really has to think about himself. He seriously would have scored his second goal in 2 minutes and created some history of some sort. But Gor Mahia still picking up the loose pieces again. Well, Karuturi now coming back onto the possession. Zzinda. And then Israel and Mugen. Well, again, taken over by Zzinda. Kiplanga getting into the game as well. Oh, and Emmanuel Olupot will blame himself for having lost that ball easily to Paul Mugai Kyogera. And the credit will go to Paul Mugai for all the speed work.
Well, look at where it started. Innocent Mutiso, good combination, 1-2, and then Innocent Mutiso bringing in the cross. But Kevin Omondi, surely careless volley here, because he just went back behind the ball instead of getting into the ball. And what a big loss for Gor Mahia for him. He should have scored the second goal for sure.
Gor Mahia has got a player on the ground as well, and the referee Israel Mpaima is getting in the attention that he deserves, with the medical attention coming onto the field. But the double celebration has been cut short for Gor Mahia with that unnecessarily hard shot. But look at that combination. And Kevin Omondi is in a very good position to just lob the ball into the net, pick his spot. He's just scored 1 minute ago. What's wrong with scoring 2 goals in 2 minutes, Jacob?
Well, there's nothing wrong. It's all about attitude. I think he should have just ran into that ball and put it on. But major concerns for his, I think, his calf here.
Well, he's helped out of the field of play. Here is Governor Evans Kidero of Nairobi County joining in the game here at the Nairobi City Stadium. Oh, he probably will get a very good view of what expansion needs to be done to this stadium as well. It's traditionally the oldest stadium in the country with the newest playing surface. But very happy that it might need a little bit of an upgrade at some point. This is Samuel Otieno sending the ball back to the goalkeeper, Nora Yuko. There are very many moments in football that you wait for something extraordinary to happen. And I think the players should also have that in mind, Jacob, when they're playing. And Kevin Omondi Boso would have had an extraordinary moment there.
Well, they say you stay on your feet for 90 minutes, and he just lost concentration in a fraction of a second. That makes the difference here.
Bobby Williamson. That's the trademark pose that he always takes with his hands crossed and watching the action. Now it begins from the right side of the Karuturi defense. Still trying to get Zzinda. With a hanging header from David Owino. And Zzinda trying to get himself in position. Oh, Kiplangat also not receiving that ball at the end. Sido said Mutiso. Playing it back to David Owino. And it's repulsed into the midfield. Joseph Kariuki loses it. It's Mutiso. And dispossessed by Peter Juma. To the goalkeeper, Noah Rayuko. So Simon Pierre getting it onto the right side now. And by the time Duncan Owiti waits for someone else to get into position, Kiplangat won't be in the offside. So says the second assistant referee, Peter Kierani. He had a good stint with Gor Mahia as well, although he didn't play in all the matches, but he did good runs on the flanks, and those traditional runs are probably what lots of the fans would be expecting to see from him. This is picked up by Tyrone Owino. And out on the left now, Zzinda again. Playing out-and-out striker and playing alone is not going to be easy for him, Jacob, is it?
It's difficult. He has two big men marking him here. That is Emmanuel Emuge and then Donald Musotti.
So Solomon Nazio getting it back into the midfield. Oh, a little touch by Kiongera. And I tell you, Tyrone Owino.
Well, I think that's Peter Juma who has committed that foul on Paul Mungai Kiongera.
Well, you become very unpopular when you do something like that. Tyrone Owino was close there, but Peter Juma is the one who is guilty of the foul. And a free kick will be given to Gor Mahia. Israel Emuge gets it out to the right to Solomon Nazio. And repulsed by the central defense for a throw-in for Gor Mahia. So again, Zzinda trying to get onto that. Kiplangat now with a traditional left wing run, changing it onto the right side, bringing in a very good ball into the box, but easily dealt with by Frederick Onyango. It's a fast break with Innocent Mutiso on the left side. That's why the fans are in the top of their voices to cheer that, but this would have elicited the same cheer if it was in the Karuturi side. Owino dealing with it and getting it to Innocent Mutiso. Out on the right again. And this is going to be a foul. And a free kick to the Gor Mahia side. So 25 minutes of play gone. Scoreline 1-0 in favor of Gor Mahia, but a very precarious one. And the Karaturi side might just want to capitalize on that. And if they really want to remain in the game, then leveling it would be of great, immense help for them. Paul Mungai Kiongera in a little bit of a complaint, wanting the ball to have been put better somewhere. Oh well, if you could read lips, he says, "Ref, I am the one with the ball," and he hits me on the leg, and it's a foul against me. Often happens that players do try to teach the referees the laws of the game, completely forgetting that the referee is the one who's trained on the laws, because that's what he's trying to keep on the field of play. Lavazza getting past his marker and trying to get the ball onto the right to Kiongera. So it's going to be a throw-in. Courtesy of the hard work of Emmanuel Olupot.
Well, I think he's struggling too much in this game, Emmanuel Olupot. And he's a man who missed his footing, and Kiongera just punishing him by giving the ball to Kevin Omondi.
It's another one chipped for Kiongera. By now, Olupot is a little bit scared and quickly releases the ball to his goalkeeper. And I think he'll want to release it even further, because he knows that that loss is what resulted into the goal for Gor Mahia. Mutiso pushing it slightly further, but then landing awkwardly. The throw-in is going to be for Gorbaya. This is Joseph Zzinda in the midfield and sticking to that position since he was introduced to it by the former coach Logarusic. Solomon Nasio deciding to try and get the controls up front. So picked up by Noah Yuko, who moves it forward. This is Zzinda. And Zzinda would need a lot of support coming in from the Karuturi side. He's not getting it at the moment. This is Kiplangat on the flanks and with space as well. With a shot towards goal. That goes off target, but scares Frederick Onyango a little bit there.
But a good shot here.
And they should know that he's got a partial, Jacob.
Well, that is all by himself. I thought he was quite unmarked in this one. Well, good change here. Kiplagat even took his time to look for target here, and that shouldn't happen. Solomon Nasio here.
Oh, the goalkeeper stretching himself at that moment to try and cover the entire distance. Jiguna in the midfield is the one who lost the ball slightly earlier. That resulted into that wing change by Karuturi and the shot eventually from Kiplangat. Here's another chance that Zzinda getting into Kiplangat too. I'm afraid has pushed it just a little bit too far. But that speed between Zzinda and Kiplangat is a great asset to the Karuturi side, Jacob.
Good combination play from Karuturi midfield and the attack here. We're seeing a lot of good one-twos from Zzinda and also from Karaoke. And I think talking about a congested midfield, we have very many players in that midfield, but Karuturi doing very well to come out of one-against-one situations here.
This is Israel Muge heads it back into the midfield. And then Peter Juma. And now Duncan Owiti playing it with Joseph Karaoke in the midfield. And Innocent Mutisa then picking it up. And a touch on that ball gives it away for a throw-in.
Well, I think it's a corner for Goma here.
It could be right, Jacob. It just rolled a little bit faster. I thought that they were giving it out for a throw-in just closest to where Innocent Mutisa was, but judging by the arrangement of the players as well, yes, it's going to be a corner for Gorbaya. 2 corners to Gorbaya. Oh, they started short and close to themselves, losing it quite easily. Karuturi would want to come out on a counter-attack. Joseph Zzinda is the only man in it in the defense for Gorbaya. It almost looked like he was fumbling rather than just removing the ball outrightly. But at least he bought a little time for the defenders to fall back into place. And Karuturi, well, then would have tried to get possession and to bring in more men to help in that attack. He's out on the right for Karuturi's boat. Karaoke now. This is Zzinda. Gets the ball onto the flanks to John Kiplangat. Just about the 3rd time that Kiplangat is getting the ball in that space and dispossessed. The attempt is to try to get Kiongera running with space to be able to control the ball. And Innocent Mutiso then gets it to Kiongera, who tries to curve it back to Mutiso.
Very interesting game here, Bernard, we have it. Whatever Go can do, Karuturi also can do, because you can see Karuturi trying to build it up from the right side and Kiplagat always hanging on the left side.
Three times changed positions. He's changed positions onto the right now. And Kiplagat again brings in the shot. A little fingertip touch by Frederick Onyango. Pushes the ball onto the other side. And it's going to be a corner. Oh, they will really have to work hard to turn in what Kiplagat is doing for them. That's another brilliant cross that he brings in. And it's only the goalkeeper who actually deals with it, Jacob.
Well, Zzinda getting late here, but Jeremy Onyango coming in good time to push it for a corner.
Well, the attempt was to try and get Kiongera forward, but a good defending in Geoffrey Musiebe, although he's limping back onto the field because of that, very unexpected turn. Solomon Nasio beginning it for Gor Mahia. To Lavazza. Nasio again overlapping, trying to get it to Kiongera. They're in a little bit of a hurry. And so the organization sometimes is also hurriedly done, which might not work well for Gor Mahia, can it, Jacob?
Well, I think the pressure from the fans and the expectation of another goal is putting goal players under too much pressure here, but Karuturi looks so much relaxed and composed. They're able to push the ball.
There's a player on the ground injured, and it's because of the AstroTurf again, which they have to contend with. What is the best way to be able to handle this, Jacob? Because we've got also on the Gor Mahia side, a player down on the ground, Eriko Cheng.
Well, it's difficult to handle that. Well, if you miss the first goal, this is Olupoti, fumble with that ball. Kiongera dispossessing him of the ball, and then Kevin Omondi here, just an easy tap in. And Noah Yuko, when he watches this, he will be wondering really what happened. Kiongera not selfish here. Kevin Omondi taking it on first-time shot, and what a goal for Gor Mahia here.
The scorer of the Gor Mahia goal, Kevin Omondi, but he had a chance to be a superstar, to score 2 goals in 2 minutes, and he fluffed the second chance. I think that he will need to do something better than what he did before. The Ferns have jumped the Nairobi City Stadium. KCB plays Mathare United tomorrow in another doubleheader that has been lined up for you at 1500 hours East African time, and later on at 17:15 hours. AFC Leopards versus Sofapaka, another big game that is lined up for you tomorrow. So keep it in your diary and enjoy the treat of soccer that will be coming your way. Well, Gor Mahia again with another player on the ground. They've already lost one player, Eriko Cheng, who I don't think will be coming back into the game, and who looks set to be replaced. And now Lavazza also goes down, landing awkwardly on his leg and on the right side as well, and has stayed down from that. Well, it doesn't seem very comfortable at all, and first landed on the foot, and then his body goes down as well. It could just be a double blow for Gor Mahia should they lose 2 players. Bobby Williamson has got enough depth on the bench, but I don't think he wanted to use it just as soon. But he might just have to lose Eriko Cheng, because it seems like Ivan Anguyo is getting ready to come into the field of play, Jacob.
Well, it's a midfielder for defender turn midfielder. We've seen that kind of substitution not only under Williamson, even under Longarusik, the former coach of Gor Mahia. Still, Teddy Okumu is on that bench. That's a natural midfielder that Gor Mahia has on the bench.
Oh, this one's Karutori trying to push forward. They've got such speed when they're coming to the Gor Mahia goal mouth. You just wonder when then they're going to get at least that good speed finishing on the final third. There is a substitution, Ivan Anguyo in place of Eriko Cheng. The first substitution forced by the injury of Eriko Cheng. They say that he's a defensive midfielder, Jacob.
Well, he's been accorded that responsibility now. I think Juguna will be moving a little bit up front because naturally Anguyo will come into that hole in that defense.
Good ball intended for Kiplangat, but the support that should come with it is what is the problem. Although they're finding the spaces, and for another time Kiplangat again loses the ball, and it's always to a defensive technique by Solomon Nasio and Lavazza. Juguna with a good ball to Kevin Omondi, who's caught in the offside trap. And Tony Kidia with a flag up. Karuturi again trying to bring it back onto their flanks. It's worked well for them. Lavazza quickly to Juguna. Nasio then just removes it altogether. As Kevin rushes to try and get to it and counters Samuel Otieno's move there. It's going to be a throw-in, and it's going to be for Gor Mahia. Oh, do you speak Scottish, Jacob? I could read the arm movement, but I couldn't hear what he said. Something about more. Space and more.
I know of a very good drink from Scotland, but let's not go to that at the moment.
Oh, they say that once you take that one, then you can speak Scottish, even Yiddish. This is back into the midfield now. Easily taken by Duncan Owiti. Their wing play is what Karuturi is very good at, and they need to use it, or take it a little bit too long in my opinion. Now they will need to push from the central penetration as well. Out on the right to Karaoke. Well, tries to covet, and then it's intercepted. And it goes out for a throw-in. And the youngster should have brought in slightly earlier. Should have brought it in slightly earlier. He gets the top back to Simon Pierre. Tries to go for a left foot shot. I'm not very sure if Zzinda is exhibiting his goalkeeping skills as well. But Simon Pierre had a good idea to go on a shot.
Zzinda trying to, I don't know if he was going for a diving header or what he was trying to get on that one.
Well, sometimes you wish the ball was close to your head, but Simon Pierre has done well to try and shoot for a defender. Back into the midfield. Oh, again, Lavazza latches onto that ball. And Samuel Otieno is forced into a frenzied defense as well. Getting the throw-in. Just amazing the way he glides with the ball into difficult areas. Anguyo tries to slide it onto the left side. Innocent Mutiso going for it. Oh, that would be an advantage to Mutiso. He tries to bring it into the box. I think there was a flag for offside. And a free kick to the Karuturi Sports side. It's just unbelievable, Jacob, that 40 minutes have actually gone past, have they?
Well, it's a very interesting game and very full of action, and more so in that midfield. It's very telling on what Karuturi have for this game, and also for Gor Mahia. They have really been stretched, I would tell you, in this first half, because it's not been easy. Kiplagat being the culprit on that Karuturi side.
Oh, he goes for a shot of his own again. And Zzinda looking a little bit frustrated. Kiplagat really wanting to show his former club that he's matured more and is a better player now, Jacob. One thing we know is that he's put on a little bit of mass on himself, hasn't he? And
I think that could be a problem, because I've seen him struggling in situations where you need that takeoff.
Oh, I know of... it's actually an aeroplane that takes off very quickly, but it's very heavy as well, so I guess he wouldn't use the same technique. He doesn't have a runway to go on. So Zzinda tries to get onto that ball. They try to power it back to someone in there. Oh, Jacob, I'll need your help on this one. Zzinda is supposed to be partnering with who up front, because Karaoke keeps on coming in and going. Owiti is only on the outside left, and Kiplangat is only bringing in the crosses.
Well, Tyrone Owino is just playing behind Zzinda on that, and he's a little bit far. He's playing too deep in that midfield. That's the man, Tyrone Owino, in jersey number 15.
Well, that's the man who's then supposed to be taking care of Zzinda then.
Well, it's actually in jersey number 19, Tyrone Owino.
Well, he needs to come in more because we are seeing jersey 15 Duncan Owiti more than Tyrone in that attack, and Kiplangat almost like a lonesome winger. Karaoke tries to get it to Zzinda again. Mosoti deals with it. On Kiplangat with a good back heel. Back into the midfield, Peter Juma. The possession is not so big with the team that is leading at the moment, even in full-time play, in total time play, Jacob.
Well, Karuturi enjoying more of the possession and more of the game here. Having different ideas in this game here, I would say clearly that Karuturi have shown very good display of football in this first 43 minutes of the game.
It's very difficult to believe that Karuturi are at the bottom of the Premier League table standings, judging by the way they are playing. And that just tells you again about the Kenyan Premier League and how it is being played. It was very difficult to believe that the homeboys are just second last on the Premier League table standings, judging by the way they played Tusker FC, who are the defending Premier League champions, who are in the 10th position in the Kenyan Premier League standings. It makes for a very, very competitive, confusing, even to the coaches, as to exactly how to approach all the games, Jacob.
Well, that's what is going on James Omondi's mind, the Karuturi coach here.
This one's pushed into the midfield. And Anguyo wins the aerial battle and try to push it onto the left. Owino together with Duncan Owiti and fighting for it. It's Owino. Well, in full flight and spraying the passes as well. Lavazza and Solomon Nasio. And getting the throw-in off their former teammate, John Kiplangat. I think, Jacob, we might just need you to give a little bit of analysis of halftime, so I'll gladly release you to go down on the touchline. Thank you very much. Cross coming onto the left side. Innocent Motiso powers a shot that is blocked by Nora Yuko. Even though the flag was up, well, Motiso makes Bobby Williamson wonder exactly why that would have been an offside. But a textbook execution of a shot from the left side and a textbook execution of a stop from the goalkeeper. It all just helps to tell you that the level of the game in the Kenyan Premier League, oh well, has gone a notch higher. And especially when you're talking about three very crucial points for either side. A big cross trying to come in for Kiplangat. Oh, he goes to meet it, but doesn't quite get onto that ball. This Fern would seem to be very anxious at this moment, but he's wondering what would have happened to that shot if the goalkeeper had not stopped it. Never mind the fact that it was offside. When in other places they call it wishful thinking. 4 minutes of added time will be played in the first half because of the stoppages that we had earlier on. And Jogera trying to get onto the ball and trying to create a chance on his own. He recovers back onto his feet. Now that's also one mark of a good player. Doesn't just go down unnecessarily. And even when he goes down, doesn't just stay down. And that's a very obvious high boot coming in from Emmanuel Alupot. He might just get himself in trouble. Right into the chest of Innocent Motiso. Well, he's lucky the referee decides to let him go with that. And Zzinda trying to get a touch on that ball. Jongera looking for someone to help him move the ball up front. Samuel Otieno plays it back to Emmanuel Alupot. Try to get Kiplangat. He's already started a very good run. And just waits for that ball to roll out of the field of play. It's going to be a throw-in. Otieno. And Zzinda! Well, it wasn't even Zzinda this time around, but Duncan Owiti himself. Tries to head the ball to the Gor Mahia goal area. And again, starts in the midfield. This is Lavazza. Two men up front on the Karuturi side trying to get the goals for Karuturi. Have played for Gor Mahia before. And that includes Duncan Owiti. Then Kiplagat. It's Innocent Mutiso. And this one, the defenders almost gifted to Gor Mahia from the run by the speedy youngster on the left side. Geoffrey Musiebe and Simon Pierre forced to backpedal and almost conceding a goal from their own efforts to clear it. And Musiebe knows that he's had to work just so hard to get that one out. Kiongera spread it out to Innocent Mutiso, who has only one touch before going for the goal. And Musiebe is the one who sends it out for a corner. Just easily cleared. And Nasio and Kiplanga chasing for it. And a throw in. That has been quickly taken. This is going to be another one for Karuturi. To be taken by Samuel Otieno. Israel and Mugen telling you what was coming in his direction. It's Innocent Mutiso changing wing and creating space for himself, and then setting the ball up for a chance at a shot. But again, I think that Israel and Mugen was in a very unfamiliar. No, I beg your pardon, Kevin Omondi was just in a very unfamiliar position. I don't understand why. Didn't just go for that ball. The offside flag was up. That's the whistle for half time. Well, it's Kiongera actually who couldn't get to that ball earlier on, but it's Kevin Omondi who was knocked in the goal from a very unselfish curve coming in from Paul Mugai Kiongera, who leaves the score then at 1-0 in favor of Gor Mahia at half-time. But Karuturi are putting in a very good performance as well. We'll see how it happens in the second half. So you grab yourself something of a refreshment. It's not over yet. It's Gor Mahia 1, Karuturi 0. It's half-time at the Nairobi City Stadium.
Well, it's halftime at the Nairobi City Stadium. Kogalo, league leaders are leading the team that is bottom place, Karuturi Sports, by a goal to nil. It's been a thoroughly entertaining first half of football. Kogalo coming out hard and showing exactly where they are top of the league, but at the other side, it's been Karuturi Sports showing that, you know what, we may be bottom, but we certainly can play the game. They've certainly pushed the game towards Kogalo. And at halftime, I tell you what, the stadium, the fans, not as confident as they were probably at the start of the game. Gentlemen, we spoke about top versus bottom Ghost. By that first half, would you think there's 15, 14 teams between the two of them?
Well, every game has its own ways, and this game I will tell you clearly that Karuturi lead in terms of tactics and in terms of possession. They show a lot of quality, good confidence, although that overconfidence in the defense has caused them to be losing by 1-0.
Doc, we spoke earlier on about, we were comparing this game to Tusker versus Homeboys. And it's a similar kind of game. There's one team that is on top, but the team that's bottom is really giving as much as they're getting.
Yeah, if you look at what Karuturi is doing, they've taken charge of this game. Gor Mahia has no stamped authority. They're leading by a goal, yeah, but if you look at what Karuturi has done, they've dictated the pace, they're comfortable on the ball. Apart from Mutiso is giving Gor width on the left and playing very well. I think Gor Mahia, you can differentiate it with the goal they've scored.
Kogalo are top of the log. They've won their last 3 games. But when I look at this game, they haven't quite dominated it, Ghost.
Well, the midfield is where Karuturi has won Gor Mahia, because Karuturi are playing with 3 midfielders in the middle. Gor has only 2. They have Juguna, now they have Ivan Anguyo. But now they have, Karuturi have Tyron, they have Karaoke in that. So yes, that and Musiebe. So that has really given Gor Mahia problems, that midfield. But when they win the ball, they just look for Innocent Mutiso, and that is where they are so dangerous from the left side.
Let's talk about Kogalo. We sat quite near the bench, and we can hear the coach. What is he insisting that they do?
The coach is insisting they hit the front 2. And to me, that one is not Gor Mahia's game. When you bypass the midfield and hit the front 2, you actually kill your midfield. When the second ball comes, the midfielders don't know what to do with it. Luckily enough, the defenders have actually been finding Mutiso, which has somehow kept Gor in the game. But if you look at what Karuturi is doing, Karuturi is actually taking the ball to Gor Mahia. And it's a tricky team. The match is still not won by Gor Mahia. They need to change tactics and come back into this game.
Well, I tell you what, speaking of what's happened in the first half, here are the highlights, and as you can see once again there, this man has been in the center of everything that Kogalo has done this afternoon, Ghost.
Kiongera surprises me. Sometimes when you expect him to do something brilliant, he fluffs. Yeah. When you expect half a chance, he scores. But he will always be involved in most of the action for Gor Mahia.
Probably going there with a chance. And then here is the first chance of the game. Kevin Omondi cuts the ball back, and I think Noah Yuko with a fine save, though.
Experience. Actually, that could have been the first goal, but he kept his team in the game and he saved it.
When you look at it, and that was Jogona actually the one with the chance, but there is, the first cross is blocked, but Kevin continues his run, cuts the ball back. It's such a fine cross, and you think Noah Yuko decides, I'm going to put my body in here and make sure I stop a certain goal, Ghost.
Well, that is typical of Williamson tactic. He wants balls to be played from the wings, and they are coming in numbers. So Karuturi, if they have to survive, they have to take care of that.
That's
Ghost, here is the goal, and like you said, a mistake to concede possession, but what play by Kiongera? Well, awareness to know exactly where I am and what exactly is going to happen.
Overconfidence by Olupot. Kiongera took it, and he actually picked his player. That was Omondi. And Omondi, without wasting time, just put that ball in the net.
Ghost, can I be harsh or no? You can say I thought he might have saved that?
Well, I would. Even me as a former goalkeeper, because with this one, Omondi picked his spot, but Ayuko went the right way. He should have parried the ball. He wanted to get hold of that ball. He should have just pushed it for a corner.
Because he gets both hands onto the ball, and I'm thinking, come on, you got to kick it out. But here is Karuturi trying to come back. This man, Doc,
Kiplagat,
yes,
his former Gor Mahia player, he's actually been dangerous throughout this match. And if Gor Mahia does not take watch on Kiplagat, he's going to haunt them.
He looks to be their main attacking weapon, Ghost.
Well, I think they have a decoy. They are using Duncan Owiti on that right, and then Kiplagat just stays behind Nasio. And when they play, they push the Gor Mahia defense to one side, then they center the ball to Kiplagat. But he should have done better than what he has done in the past 45.
Well, here are the numbers. Shots on target, Karuturi have more than Kogalo. Shots off target, they've got more than Kogalo. Yellow cards, they've got 1 more than Kogalo. Fouls, they've got more than Kogalo. Corners, they've got 2. Ball possession, possession, they have more. The only
difference is the
difference
goal.
is the goal.
No, it's true. Clearly, Karuturi showing a different class this afternoon here. The first 45 minutes, they have shown different quality of football. Their formation of 4-2-3-1 has really overwhelmed Gor Mahia, and at one time Gor Mahia is backpedaling here.
When we look at the way Karuturi are playing, does it show you exactly where he learned his trade? Because they look very similar to another team we know.
They're playing like Thika United, and
Yes.
it can tell you that Jacob was together with Kamau. What he's telling his players, keep the ball in the team, enjoy, pass it around. They're doing it very well. They're actually outplaying Gor Mahia in midfield and also in attack.
Ghost, when you look at the way Kogalo is playing now, and let me try and compare it to the way we saw Kogalo a few months ago, is there an improvement?
Well, major improvement from their last two games. But today, this is the real acid test for Williamson, because in that midfield, he has always encountered the same kind of midfield. Now, Karuturi has three in that midfield. And I think this is where he needs to crack a tough time to know what he's going to do with that. Because when you have Juguna and Anguyo against three, a little bit, you are seeing that Karuturi, that is the reason they're enjoying more possession.
Well, let's speak about the options that he has and what maybe he can do. He's already used to one substitution. Ivan Angoyo has come on. If you're him, do you change anything else, Ghost, or do you change the tactics, or do you change the personnel in the tactics?
Well, I'll be tempted to change the tactics, because I still have Teddy Akumu on that bench, Anthony Akumu, and that is the man I should bring in the middle, so that he comes to be the mainstay there, and then maybe Juguna and Angoyo in that, to try just to neutralize that midfield for Karuturi. But that's my thinking.
My thinking is introduce Serenkuma for Lavasa. Let Serenkuma also pull wide and actually attract more players to him, because he's a dribbler. If he starts dribbling and attracts players, he will actually open wide the Karuturi midfield, and hence they will not continue enjoying the dominance they're doing in the midfield.
I have a question with Kogalo with a few things. Lavasa, we know him as a centre forward, plays on the wing. Calabar, we know him as a centre back, plays at left. At times I want Kevin Omondi ordinarily plays as a right attacking midfielder. He's now playing up front. Is it a case of too many players playing in not the places where you're used to them playing?
Well, I think he's a new coach. He has not learned his players well. He doesn't know who can do what where. Because even Musa Mohamed is a utility player. When you have somebody like Kevin Omondi, is utility. When you say Williamson has gotten it right, because he played him as a striker, he has already scored a goal. So it's about settling down in the team.
Doc, Karuturi, do you bring on your likes of Mochiponi because you're looking for a goal? What do you do?
Yeah, you are looking for a goal. Kiplagat has done a good job. We have also seen Witty, but definitely they're running out of options and strength. He should bring in Mochiponi and actually have more options up front.
I spoke to Doc about this. The teams that are at the bottom, they're playing really nice football. It's really, really entertaining, Doc. What are they getting wrong?
Well, I think they have less tension, because they don't have the championship. I know they are fighting to fight off relegation.
Yes.
But the pressure is not as much as Gor Mahia, who want to pull up front. They want to open the gap at the top. So the difference in that kind of a thing makes you settle your nerves. And James Omondi, I know him is a good coach. So he has told his players, come really and enjoy the game. Keep the ball away from Gor Mahia, they'll start getting frustrated.
Doc, can Karuturi survive? Do you think they've shown enough to see that even if they lose today, they've got what it takes to stay in the Kenya Premier League?
If they play like this, I'm sure they're going to survive, because I'm looking at Homeboys and Moroni going. Karuturi, to me, they are very solid. It's unfortunate they haven't gotten a goal, but they're very solid. I think they'll survive.
Oh, well, Karuturi have it all to do. 45 minutes with which they need to go on out there and make sure they get something from this game. They currently trail Gor Mahia by a goal. Just to remind you, tomorrow afternoon, another double header, this time from Moi International Sports Center, Kasarani. KCB versus Mathare United, then AFC Leopards versus Sofapaka. That's tomorrow afternoon. For now, a quick break and then the second half.
Welcome back to the Nairobi City Stadium. Gor Mahia playing Karuturi Sports in a Kenyan Premier League match. And Gor Mahia ended it at halftime leading by 1-0, but it's not the story of the game. I think Karuturi Sports have shown why they're not a team to be written off as well. Paul Mungai Kiongera gave the all-important pass to Kevin Omondi, who put in the goal. And this man, Emmanuel Oluport, is the one who made the blunder initially for Kiongera to pick up the ball and give it away for the goal. But Kiplangat has had the most successful shots towards goal for the Karuturi Sports side. And he will be the man who will be a thorn in the flesh of the Gor Mahia side in terms of the prospects for goal from Karuturi. The analysts have said that he's being played as a decoy, but it is working, isn't it? We are into the second half now. Gor Mahia versus Karuturi from the Nairobi City Stadium. The story of creation and chances, an attempt to go for goal for them, will, in my opinion, continue in this second half. Innocent Mutiso has been bringing in the crosses from the left side for Gor Mahia. The flag this time up on offside, as it has been for some time for those moves that Innocent Mutiso is bringing in. But I think they're really doing a good run on that side, save for the fact that sometimes they are actually caught in the offside trap. Oh, Donald Bosotti tries to return the ball that was coming from Simon Pierre. Innocent Mutiso. And then Kevin Omondi tries to pick up a loose ball and is fouled by Emmanuel Oluport. Going to be a foul for Gor Mahia. Well, one goal is not enough a cushion in a game like this to be comfortable. And Kevin Omondi trying to make that turn away from Oluport is fouled by the Ugandan import, Emmanuel Oluport. So free kick to Gor Mahia with Nora Yuko in goal for Karuturi. Paul Mungai Kiongera and Lavazza planning how to go for it. I tell you, many a bet have been lost in trying to find out which of the two players would be the one going for it. But it looks like Lavazza ultimately will be the one delivering it. It goes overboard, it's going to be a goal kick, but it's going to be for the Karuturi Sports side. They've been consistent in the Premier League, but Bobby Williamson thinks that now is his chance to get some glory with club football. This is a foul by Joseph Juguna in the midfield. And a free kick it will be for Karuturi. So the expectation is usually that there will be some changes at halftime. But I think this time round it's more of what else can happen on the field with the players who are already there. Save for the substitution that Gor Mahia have done, bringing in Ivan Anguyo in place of Eric Oching. It's just everything else remaining the same on the field of play. Just in case you were wondering what's going on, City Stars at full time have been beaten by Ulinzi Stars 1-0. Tusker and Homeboys was live for you. Sodi Sugar is beaten by Muoroni 1-0, and the story of Sodi Sugar then continues in the opposite direction. So Jacob, the second half is here, and I know you've said a lot of things on the touchline as well, but the way it's panning out looks like Gor Mahia still trying to use the wing play for Kevin Omondi and Innocent Mutiso, and not so much on the central penetration.
That's typical of Bobby Williamson tactics. We saw it during the Cranes, when he was coaching the Cranes here, and he's brought that formation. So far it has worked 2 out of 2 games, and more so for Innocent Mutiso, who has really shown a lot of depth on that wing play.
Geoffrey Museva puts it back to his goalkeeper Nora Yuko. Very anxious moments that Nora Yuko provides to the Karuturi Sports fans. Oh, he says, yes, I made the blunder and I'm sorry about that. Well, with Geoffrey Bisieva giving the ball back to Karuturi, the goalkeeper Noara Yuko almost losing the ball going right through his feet, Jacob.
I always say if you're not sure, just clear the ball. But Noara Yuko having other ideas here.
Well, Gomaya continuing to try and push the ball forward. That's a better delivery coming from Tyrone Owino. Onto the left side, Zzinda! Oh, Zzinda has put it in the net! Zzinda has equalized for Karuturi Sports. And it does a flick for the goal. And Gomaya weren't expecting that at all, were they? It looked like a very easy one. Well, the dance is equally easy, but Zzinda covering the ball away from the goalkeeper. Well, Hussein Zzinda is the man who's being toasted for it. Big boots coming from behind from Tyrone. And Zzinda then just putting it away from the goalkeeper. And I think that the goalkeeper thought it would be going out of the field of play.
Jeremy Onyango here beaten by that ball by Zzinda. And what a goal here by Zzinda, 1-1. And there's a yellow card on Joseph Juguna here. He's accosted the center referee on his decision to give the goal.
Well, they were trying to appeal at that decision, saying that there was an offside. But you and I have seen it again. Chigula gets a yellow card for that. He was asking the assistant referee what happened to that. Joseph Chigula has been yellow carded. Owino was salty. With body language saying they're not very happy. But Owino's trying to say what was happening to that defense. The goal has been given. Here is Chigula and the captain as well, accosting the assistant referee and saying there could have been a problem there. Mr. Mpaima arrives on the scene and says, everybody get out of here. The captain was got a right to speak to the assistant referee and the referee as well. Is adamant. And Chiguna throws his hands up and continues to actually talk to the assistant referee. Mr. Mpaima brings him close and yellow carded. Well, the players are contesting that goal. Here it is again, big boot by Tyrone Owino. Well, Zzinda picks up the ball, seems to be marginally ahead of the defender there. And that becomes the contention at that moment. But surely it's very marginal at that moment.
Surely the players should accept the referee's decision here, because that's the final decision by the referee. The referee has given in the goal. Well, that was the deep diagonal pass, and Zzinda with Nasio here, and Zzinda slotting that ball home. Well, Zzinda clearly in front of Nasio here, and then pushing the ball into the net. Very interesting to see what the center referee will decide at this moment here.
Well, the second angle intimating that Zzinda is behind the defender at that point, and I think that's the bone of contention, but they do know as the players that they should go. And Frederick Onyango, the captain of the side, is really not a happy man at the moment, but they know that they will need to play on.
The goal has already been counted, it's been given, so we're waiting for that restart.
The assistant referee and the center referee in consultation. Going back to start again. Gomaya 1, Karuturi 1. It's at the Nairobi City Stadium. A 50th minute goal awarded to Zzinda. And then a little bit of stoppage as the assistant referee gets back to his line, so that the game can continue. Mr. Israel Mpaima is in the midfield, he's in the middle of the field, ready to continue. The substitution on looks like a double substitution. There's the Karuturi's Mohamed Mwachiponi, who is getting ready to come in.
And I think it's only Mwachiponi who is coming in place of Tyrone Owino.
Mohamed Mwachiponi, another recent acquisition by the Karuturi Sports side. And then, there was somebody else on the touchline who was getting ready to come in from the Gorbaya side, but I think that has been put on hold at the moment. And it's going to be a throw-in. Innocent Batista trying to run on the line and then pushing the ball just a little bit too far. Ball goes off the field of play for a throw-in. It's going to be for Karuturi Sports. And that was the danger of lying on a one-goal cushion. And trying to get the second one would have been a better option. Now it will be both sides trying to get a second goal to be able to take at least all the 3 points for the match. This one headed back by Emmanuel Olupot. Then Paul Mugai Kiongera getting the benefit of the foul just on the edge of the box. With Kiongera going on a solo effort. It will be two men organizing how to take it. There's David Owino also there, but for Nora Yuko, he knows that he almost caused a blunder and has already conceded one goal. So now his anticipation and reflexes is 100%. This time round it's Kiongera who takes it and forces the goalkeeper into a save for a corner. Well taken free kick by Kiongera, but well punched out by Nora Yuko.
Oh, that's a masterpiece set piece here, but also good piece of goalkeeping here by the experienced Noah Ayuko. Kiongera getting his target right just behind the wall, but also Noah Ayuko showing his prowess in this one.
So Ivan Anguyo takes the corner then. Oh, and enough men try to go for it. Don't actually touch it. David Owino knows that any touch on that one would have been going into the net, but it just evades him. The goal kick will be for Karuturi Sports. Looking for just 3 points to pick them up from the relegation zone where they're firmly rooted with Homeboys. And Homeboys have already lost their match that they played today, so Karuturi Sports with 1 point could move slightly up, or just over the Homeboys. Big boot on the right flank, and Duncan Owiti, a former Gorbaya player, picks it up. A very big ball onto the left side to another former Gorbaya, John Kiplangat, who tries to bring it back again. Innocent Mutiso tries to push it into the midfield. Peter Juma picks it up. Mutiso with a better delivery now. Kiongera needs support and is intercepted by two players. Offside. Four apiece with Zzinda again at the center of a little bit of a row there. This one goes to the goalkeeper Nora Yuko. Jiguna. And Innocent Mutiso avoiding a tackle that was coming in. And this time round, the foul going against Innocent Mutiso. Mohamed Mwachipodi, their great party here. Mutiso having done a little bit of spade work, getting the ball away from that quagmire. But ultimately a judge to have fouled Innocent Mutiso. He will be taken by Simon Pierre. It's a big put onto the left side, and Kiplangat is all alone there. Now going for a shot. Sprays it just a little bit too wide for Karuturi to make any capital out of it. Because off the field of play, it's going to be a goal kick for Gor Mahia. Get it back by Samuel Otieno, but out of play for a throw-in.
Gor Mahia playing a lot of balls up front by passing that midfield, and I think that is a big problem because typically Gor Mahia is used to playing the ball from the defense, midfield and into attack, and today turning into a very different kind of tactic.
It's a free kick that has been given to Gor Mahia. And Kiongera then tries to part it onto the right side. Nora Yuko arrives at the scene and picks it up. It's going to be a throw-in. It's going to be Nora Yuko starting it for his side. And he tries to calm down the pace a little bit. Yeah, it's Kevin Omondi again. A good shooting position, but his shot not accurate and going wide. So Nora Yuka will start it up again for the Karuturi Sports side, who have really been holding their own and also giving as much as they're taking in this game. They've never been an easy opponent, and you know what happens, especially if you're playing top team, playing the bottom team. And the scrabble for those points, it is usually almost similar to a final. Almost similar to a derby, isn't it, Jacob?
Well, you're right, and that is major concern for Bobby Williamson, the Gor Mahia coach. I think he must be thinking about a substitution in this moment.
Well, Karuturi are thinking about how best to bring that ball in. Here is a chance and a shot again! Directly going towards goal by Duncan Owiti from a left foot. Innocent Mutiso. Well, turning back, but then turning without the ball. So, an offside on Duncan Owiti, rather. This man played previously for Gor Mahia, but the earlier attacker with a left foot shot directly towards the goalkeeper, and easily taken at that moment. Going to be a throw-in now. It has been taken by Solomon Nasir, or rather Solomon Nasir tried to block it. Has been taken by Kiplangat. Lovely ball that it goes in. Kiplangat forces a save from Frederick Onyango. But a hard shot from that side, and Kiplangat becoming the destroying chip in this one, Jacob.
Well, good play here by Kiplangat on that left side, not finding somebody to release and deciding to take a hard shot. Well, Kiplangat beat Solomon Nasir so easily here, and then he just went for goal here, but there was Karaoke languishing on the far end here. That was Mohamed Machiponi. He should have played to him.
It's Kiongera trying to get some wing play and finds Kevin Omondi with some space. He needs support as well. Kevin going right up to the line, gets a corner for his troubles. really pushed the defenders right up to the line. And a corner it will be, with enough green jerseys moving in. This is Kiongera. Oh well, not even Kiongera, it's Ivan Anguyo who came in with an attempt at a shot that didn't quite work out. It goes all the way to the goalkeeper, Frederick Onyango. There hasn't been a change in technique. There hasn't been a change in tactic, Jacob. It's still being played the same way it was played in the first half.
For Karuturi, they're enjoying the way they're playing because they're starting the ball from the back, playing into the middle, and are trying at least to join the attack here. For Gor Mahia, a little bit desperate here. They're trying to rush for a second goal here. They are bypassing their midfield, and that's not really the way Gor Mahia plays, if you ask me.
But they're looking like they're under a little bit of pressure at the moment. A substitution here, and I think they're benching Kevin Omondi now, and Paulo Diambo will take his place. Kevin Omondi.
Well, that is a goal that he scored here. Kiongera doing the donkey work here, and Kevin had very little to do, just having the ball. And now Yuko will be watching that and wondering just what happened.
So Anthony Akumu has come into play as well. And I think he has come in place of Joseph Jiguna, but a midfielder from midfielder. David Owino was on the nickname Calabar from his performance against Nigeria when he played for the Kenya national team. The referee Mpaima telling the two players to calm it down. It's Simon Pierre and David Owino, and the referee Mpaima says you've got to calm it down, otherwise you're going to get in trouble. That's the way it was, with Pierre having his boot up, then some words and an ultimate warning with finger pointing.
Very interesting. Both have been teammates in the Karuturi side. Owino previously playing for Karuturi.
Paulo Diambo chasing for that ball. He's got the freshest legs on the field at the moment, but not getting to it. And you have to marvel at the way Bobby Williamson has given a note of confidence to the youngster recently acquired by Gor Mahia. This is Kiongera. Then going through his marker, then setting it up for Innocent Mutiso, who executes a change. And Lavazza with a little bit of an orthodox style. This one gets the side netting. With Paulo Diambo chasing for it, but Lavazza almost leaving it behind and using his heel to try and get to it. Another one for Kiongera. He's picked it up and has left the goalkeeper coming off his line. Kiongera knows that he was in a very difficult angle. The experience that comes up with that, well, just make sure that he gets you a hug in case you're feeling a little bit low if you're a Gor Mahia fan. Gets a little bit cold when things are not working your way. But again, it's Lavazza and Kiongera. Kiongera relaying his marker, but the ball going up the field of play. Pushing a little bit too hard, but very tightly blocked as well by Geoffrey Musieve and Simon Pierre.
Well, Karuturi getting careless here now. And Gor Mahia having more of the attack than Karuturi now. It's clearly the substitution working for Gor Mahia in albeit in a very few minutes that they've done that substitution.
Frederick Onyango has had to do a lot of clearing of the balls from his area for Gor Mahia. Innocent Mutiso gets it forward. This is Ivan Angulo. And the player 1-2, Solomon Natsio, that gives it a very big boot. Lavazza has challenged for it and cooked up with it. Gets it to Owino, who then decides to go back to the wing. Owino decides to execute a crosser. And this will go out for a corner. With good defending coming from Museveni and Olupot.
Clear pressure here for Karuturi. Gor Mahia is acting pressure, looking for a second goal here.
Well, with 20 minutes to go, this game is still very far from over. Both for Karuturi and for Gor Mahia. The corner will be brought in by Innocent Mutiso. Bumps it into the area and it's in the net! Gor Mahia have equalized! And it's the defender Israel Amuge, would you believe it? And the stadium again erupts into some frenzied shouting and celebration. Massive celebration from the fans here. But that is another indicator, Jacob, that this game is far from over.
Well, you're right, Bernard, it's far from over, but you could see that coming. Initially, Gor Mahia had a corner that was missed by David Owino, but Israel Amuge makes the difference here. He scores his first goal ever for Gor Mahia. There is the corner by Innocent Mutiso. Then Amuge having the last touch here. Well taken corner here. There was a touch, there was a goal mouth melee, but Amuge is the man who had the last touch here, and what a celebration. Well, he pushes left leg just inside there. And before Karuturi could react, the story is 2-1 right now.
Well, the pressure was evident. Gor Mahia 2, Karuturi 1. 71st minute goal by Ugandan Israel Amuge. And Gor Mahia again pushing the pressure on. Museveni then removing it. Lavazza deciding to find some space on his own. And then brings in the curve. Kiongera just doesn't get onto that volley. And then Karuturi seemingly struggled to remove the ball from their area. This is now Emmanuel Olupot. Pushes the ball just too far. Headed out of the field of play for a throw-in. Karaoke, well, Zzinda now. Gets the ball onto the flanks. They're beginning to weave it in the midfield as well. Even having space to try and shoot. Changing the wing onto the right side. This is Mohamed Wachiponi. Oh, he has been waylaid. And Gor Mahia seem to want to go for a fast break now. Kiongera tries to get it into the midfield, but it's tightly marked by Geoffrey Museveni, the captain of the side. And a foul has been given to Karuturi. Anani wrong tackle. He's going to get a little bit frenzied and they're going to get a little bit desperate as well. Foul in the midfield. Anthony Akuma's inclusion here changing the midfield somewhat for Gor Mahia. But they had a man called Karaoke in the midfield, and I'm wondering why we're not seeing so much of him now in the Karuturi side.
All those changes that have been affected by Bobby Williamson, bringing Anthony Akuma in that middle has stabilized things for Gor Mahia. Pressure mounting here for Karuturi still.
It's Lavazza with some space on the wings. And is being told by the coach to move on. Cuts diagonally across and finds Innocent Mutiso. who now pushes diagonally again and tries to find some space on the left side. But never have you heard the crowd also with so much anticipation and giving the support to the club, Jacob.
Well, at one time it was 1-1. They were down, they were quiet. Now, after the second goal, already the City Stadium is alight here. The fans happy with the going-ons here. Of course, the home of Goma here.
This is Karioki pushing it back into the midfield. And then out on the left, David Owino with good ball control. And finding Lavazza. And Owino's running on the wings, just doesn't control that one. It would have been a good end to see what would happen to that one too, Jacob. I think the coach thinks the same as well. There's still a lot of time remaining in this game. It's far from over, isn't it?
Well, quarter of an hour remaining in normal time here. So much action still expected here. Romania having done all their substitution here. Karuturi still have one man to come in.
Going to be a free kicker. And it is for Gorbahia. Oh, innocent Batista almost latching onto it, and I think Mr. Simon Pierre had better watch out for that little diminutive striker who comes in that direction. Sends it into the midfield. Now Karioki ultimately getting onto the ball. This is Machiponi on Karioki. Big change onto the left side. Blangat plays it to Peter Juma. Then again sprays it out onto the left. Innocent Mutiso picks up the loose ball, now trying to pinpoint Kyongera here. Kyongera waylays his marker, but then that turn and the speed doesn't quite work in his direction with Musieve also in a tight back for the youngster. Going to be a throw-in for the Karuturi spot side, who are in a hurry to try and get an equalizer, but with that they are also employing a little bit of unorthodox tactics. This one has been cut off by the referee's whistle. It's a foul.
Much body having a little touch on Ivan on Donald Musotti here.
Well, you really would like to find out, Jacob, why there is so much tension in this game.
Well, I think because Gor Mahia already they are on top of the lot, and if they lose points, then it's major concerns.
They're making a substitution.
And also Karuturi trying to chase also for a place.
Well, Kiplangat has been very effective for the Karuturi side, save for the fact that he's a little bit, tired at the moment, which would be expected. But Jacob, would you have made that substitution? Your namesake Jacob Omondi, who's very instrumental to what Karuturi does, has finally gained fitness and has come back in place of Kiplangat.
Well, as the name suggests, I would have brought in my namesake. But for really, Kiplangat has had a very good run in that 7 minutes, and I think James Omondi thinking about fresh legs, and he brings in the experienced James Omondi.
Jacob Omondi, that is.
Jacob Omondi.
So one coach called Jacob roots for the player called Jacob. One coach called Omondi wants to bring in a player called Omondi. Is this a conspiracy of coaches? Now, Jacob Omondi himself has joined the technical bench of Karuturi, and he's an assistant coach. Now, that compounds things, doesn't it, Jacob?
Well, it does, but he brings massive experience. A former international on the Kenya Harambee Stars comes in to see if he can salvage a point at least for Karuturi here, because at the moment, Gor Mahia have all the 3 points in the bag.
Well, not until the 12 minutes that are remaining are played, plus a little bit of added time as well. A clearance by Musieve sends it out for a throw-in. But I have to ask you this, Jacob, and it's really troubling me. Judging by the way Kakamega Homeboys played when they played Tusker, losing by only one goal, and judging by the way Karuturi is playing, do they really merit to be at the bottom of the Premier League table standings?
Well, I'll tell you clearly, this is a home stretch of the Kenya Premier League, and during this moment, a lot is expected. Major upsets will be happening. So it's not a surprise to me that such happenings are going on here.
This one's out of the field of play. It's going to be a throw-in. And it's going to be for Gor Mahia. Just about 10 minutes, 10 and a half minutes in regular time in this game. And then a chance for Paulo Diabo on his own, removed from his chest. Well, it's going to be a corner. They're wondering what happened to that one. It just came off his chest, surely. Yeah, I know sometimes you like to remove things from your chest, Jacob, but not in this instance.
Well, I think Joseph Kariuki playing brilliantly there to just deny Paulo Diabo an opportunity.
And Musieve went down in an earlier tackle. He will be getting medical attention. We've seen 3 goals in total. The first one with Kyogera unselfishly giving the ball to Kevin Omondi, who powers in a shot into the net, slipping through the hands of the goalkeeper. But then that curve by Zzinda was contested by the Gor Mahia players. No contest at all in the backflips. The corner that is slotted in by Israel Emuge, stretching himself in a very difficult situation to put Gor Mahia ahead. Kyogera knocked his favorite left foot. Not a good shot, Jacob.
Well, at times very careless. Kyogera here can become erratic, but also he can score wonderful goals.
He's back into the midfield. The batter sends it to Paulo Diabo. Tries to give himself a through pass. And finds too many white stockings in that direction. This is Emmanuel Olupot. And then Innocent Mutiso. Brilliantly turning in the defenders, in and out. But then picking up a throw-in the process. Young man has really grown in stature, and since moving from Mathare United has found some good ground to be able to play his good football as well. It's out on the left for Karuturi, trying to go on a fast break. Big ground by Zzinda, and a foul that will be against Gor Mahia, courtesy of Israel Emuge. Well, if you want testimony that it's the second leg and the home stretch of the league, then you look at who's scoring the goals in the games. The defenders are coming out to score the goals. David Ochieng scoring for Tusker FC. Israel Emuge scoring for Gor Mahia to add on to the striker as well. And Hussein Zzinda has already scored here. And Kevin Omondi as well for Gor Mahia. Breaking to Karuturi Sports. Cedric Onyango, the goalkeeper, picks it up. Got 7 minutes of play remaining. And Kyogera again trying to control the ball. And a foul here. But you have to marvel at the way the boy gets over the ball. He was really going to turn it round, save for the fact that there was the usual physical contact, and Geoffrey Musieve got injured in the process. And a free kick to Karuturi Sports. Oh, that's an obvious foul as well on Hussein Zzinda. It would work in his favor if they started to take the free kick right about now. other than stay on the ground to try to complete some more when they already have the benefit of the foul, Jacob.
Oh, they're chasing time here. They don't have much remaining. 6 minutes for them to maybe pick a goal from Gor Mahia, but it all depends on how they execute this one.
Frederick Onyango organizing his men just so that he can also have some view of the ball. 2 men getting ready to take it. It doesn't look like Zzinda will be taking it. I think he'd prefer to leave it to the defenders who always have a slightly harder shot. Peter Juma blasts it over the net and out of play. It's a goal kick. James Mondi very tense on the other side, knowing that this could go his way as well, at least to get a point if they would equalize it, but he knows that time is not on his side now. Paulo Biabo sends it onto the right side, and then I think an earlier on awarded foul as Lavazza was trying to cut back for it. Everybody did think it was going to be a corner. Musieva is contesting it as well. But he's been awarded for a free kick on that earlier tackle, but there wasn't any touch on that, was there, Jacob?
I'm just wondering why the free kick here, because it was full advantage from Lavazza, who was still on motion.
So 5 green jerseys have arrived into the box. A 6th one is there now. And the free kick is a left foot in swinger by Innocent Mutiso. Because out of the field of play, it's going to be a throw-in. 4 minutes of play remaining. And this game could still go either way. Just depending on what strategy the Karuturi Sports side have, they could actually go back to Naivasha with a point. But Gor Mahia could also remain with all the 3 points here, depending on how they played, and especially up front. Picked up by Evan Anguyo. Then Jacob Omondi has a touch on it. It's Kyogera. Loves to run with the ball. Gives it to David Owino, who chips it back into the area. And Kyogera doesn't get a chance to shoot. Anguyo. Karuturi's attempt to try and go for a fast break is intercepted. There's 3-on-2 on the right side. Nacio. The cross is too big.
Karuturi looks like they have lost concentration now, and Bob Williamson is not happy with that kind of cross.
Well, he knows that 3 minutes separate him from a win here at the Nairobi City Stadium. Well, just judging by the numbers at the stadium, tells you that this game should have been played at a bigger stadium. It's just about 3 minutes in regular time remaining. And a foul here.
We had a major stop up after that goal, so I think we'll be having a lot of minutes added to this game.
Well, this is still stoppage again with Solomon Nacio in this high boot tackle. Tried to coil back his foot, but by which time also
It was Nacio who was fouled.
Duncan Owiti also had his high boot there, and he gets the benefit of the foul. Two players who know each other very well, don't they, Jacob?
Well, Owiti has played for Gor Mahia previously, so he knows Solomon Nacio very well. That's why it was a friendly fire in that tackle.
This is Anguyo, sends the ball out onto the left side. Innocent Mutiso. And is fouled as he was trying to chip the ball back to David Owino. And he's on the ground at the moment. with the ball with Karaturi spots and going forward. Watching Moni, the offside flag would probably salvage the situation. It's going to be a free kick to Gor Mahia. Duncan Owiti knows that to be a big upset if he scores or does something better against his old team. They've ultimately decided that everything that is on them would have to reflect the team that they root for. And that's the team they like to affectionately call the Sirkam. It's just a confusion of the Swahili word Serikali, which does mean in English government. And the government apparently has a green army. The green army at the moment is very, very anxious, not knowing what will happen in 90 minutes. But if you've got your diary close to you after what you do in the morning, you've got to pen this one down. KCB versus Mathare, 1500 hours East African time. And then FC Leopards versus Sofapaka, 17:15 East African time. And that will be live for you on your World of Champions. But it's a beautiful game, we must say, Jacob.
Well, beauty and color on the stands here as Gor Mahia are waiting for the third successive victory, and Bobby Williamson here. The fans are cherishing every moment.
The officials of Gor Mahia huddled together. There's an adopted family on that side as well, the God family, and they have no reservations as to how high they would like to uphold their family. This is picked up by Hussein Zzinda. Then a big clearance brings it to Kiongera. They try to get it onto the right side. Karaturi pick it up again. We've got 8 minutes of added time in this game. Massive play on added time. And a foul that will be given to Gor Mahia. Simon Pierre contesting that decision. And Paul Kiongera taking time as well to just recuperate. Innocent Batista has already come back into the field of play. He was stretched off. I think Kiongera is getting in trouble finally. That's because he's got the blue trunks inside. And the referee has just noticed it now. It's a grooming issue. And I tell you, if all the men on the stadium want to be sent off for grooming issues, will be another story altogether. But he also seems to be having a little pain on the foot there. And the referee says to have it attended outside the field of play. A free kick will be for Gor Mahia. And David Owino will be taking it. It's a very big one into the area. The ultimate touch is with Samuel Otieno. But Mafatsa should not wait for too long for that ball to bounce, Jacob. The better technique would be to control it fast, wouldn't it?
Well, he should make that ball just before it made the bounce. But forcing the Karaturi defender to commit a corner, so it's a big advantage for Gor Mahia again.
Israel Paima, the center referee, just going to make sure that Kiongera has got the correct grooming that he wanted and allows him back into the field of play. Well, he had to confirm, and I think that's the best way to do it. Good show by Israel Paima. Here is a in-swinger, Anguyo! Just missing it by inches. Paulo Diabo is also going for it. On the Ugandan midfielder, almost changing the scoreline again.
Gor Mahia proving lethal, and Williamson thinking that it hit the back of the net, but well, it didn't.
He's got to wait for a bigger celebration when he finds it later. Well, a big game by all standards. 2 Israels on the field. Israel Mpaima, the center referee, Israel Mbuge. defender on the Gor Mahia side. It's a very rare occurrence, in my opinion. A foul to Karuturi, they quickly take it. And then again, this one given to Mohamed Mwachiponi. And Frederick Onyango trying to organize his men. The cross coming in with the Karuturi side trying to exert pressure now. A very good put from behind. Lavazza gets onto it and starts a run on his own, putting the ball intended for Kyogera, and nicely picked up by Peter Juma. Then again the clearance, and there will be some very frenzied attack and defense as well from both sides. Peter Juma becoming very instrumental in giving out the balls. The goalkeeper latching on to what would have been a big blunder by David Owino, and is complaining, saying he shouldn't be left alone there.
And Jeremy coming off his line just in good time to deal with that.
A foul that will be given to the Karuturi Sports side. They've really proven to be a good opponent, and they still are in contention to taking at least a point off this match, judging by the way they're playing. Gor Mahia knowing that they need to stem the danger at every moment and try to go forward themselves. Touch by Ivan Anguyo and Lavazza as well. And they get it now to Kyogera, trying to go through the defenders to Innocent Mutiso. And Nora Yuko then gets into the thick of it. But for Mutiso, it would have been a perfect moment to crown himself well in this game. They get a corner. Oh well, I wonder what the defender was doing. And Nora Yuko is saying, let's play progressively on the other side. But I think now they might be crumbling under the pressure, Jacob.
Well, exertion showing clearly on the Karuturi side here, and also the pressure from the Gor Mahia team.
Well, Paul Mugai Kyogera is not in a hurry to take that corner. They know that they would like to run off a couple of seconds from the clock. David Owino also played from the corner flag. Kyogera looking for a shot and finding it. A sizzler, but just goes inches wide. He was going to do that. You can judge from how he's running, Jacob.
There was a clear indication that he could read his mind here. Kyogera going for a blast here, but he doesn't get it on target.
8 minutes of added time. Almost elapsing, just leaving about half a minute in the game. And Frederick Onyango taking it off the feet of the forwards of Karuturi. Touched by Paul Odhiambo. And Nora Yuko latches onto it. The referee says it's going to be a goal kick. Plays it on the outside, and that's the final whistle. Israel Amuge brings to the end a very difficult battle at the Nairobi City Stadium. A battle that could almost have had a stoppage because of a contested goal. A battle that could have had fatal casualties because of the way it got physical and the speed as well, and just the fact that also it was played on the AstroTurf. It is a battle that has been won by Gor Mahia, but a war that has been fought well by the Karuturi Sports side. Gor Mahia trying to open up the lead at the top of the Premier League table standings with 35 points now. The first goal by Kevin Omondi, and he could have scored a second one from a similar position a minute after that if he hadn't been very casual on it. Zzinda then sneaking behind the defender and celebrating his goal for Karuturi, but Israel Ebuke will be the toast of it all for that push into the net that leaves it at 2-1 for Gor Mahia. But a very, very entertaining game from the Nairobi City Stadium. There will be other games for you tomorrow, so make a date with your Wally of Champions from the Nairobi City Stadium. Gor Mahia 2 and Karuturi 1.
But he got confused the outside, right?
Too many mistakes
Yeah,
with us.
the whole game, yeah.
And then when you're home, he puts his flag off, he doesn't do it.
You ready? Philip? Oh, okay. Yes, we are.
Yes, we are. In 10, hold.
Bobby, that's 4 wins in a row.
3.
Oh,
3 for me. 4.
yeah.
You're
Right.
right, sorry.
Bobby, 4 wins in a row, 3 in a row for you. That was a tough game, wasn't it?
It was a very tough game, and when I speak to my coaches, they tell me that everybody raises